Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
Hey, what's happening, family? Welcome to another great episode of the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. Look, we're diving deep and keeping it real, so please do me a favor. Kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. On today's conversation, we're going to talk a little bit of everything. There is no specific theme. Artist, musician, entrepreneur, Pharrell Williams gives his shares his take on how he feels about politics. In addition to that, Stephen A is doing what Stephen A does, runs his mouth, kind of similar to me, but he's not making quite he's making somewhat sense, but he's trolling, in my opinion, on this take. So I'll share what I mean by that. Also, hey, make sure this holiday season you do smart holiday spending. So I'll share you what the experts are saying come this holiday season, how to spend, what you should spend it on, and all the above. In addition to that, Kamala Harris had recently shared, in her opinion, one of the reasons why they lost the election. In addition to that, why the left is also struggling winning elections. So we're going to discuss this all here on the Arrington Gavin Show. As always, my friends, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to kick back and enjoy a convo with yours truly. For those watching us on YouTube, do me a favor, like, subscribe, share with a friend, share with family. I truly appreciate it. Please, if you can do me a favor, give us a thumbs up on this episode. It helps with the algorithm. In addition to that, subscribe if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel. We are growing each and every day, my friends. Whether if it's one a day, two a day, three a day, we are growing in numbers, and I just want to say thank you, because all I'm doing here is simply just having a conversation with my friends, a conversation about stuff that's going on in our world, whether if it's in the field of sports, whether if it's in the field of politics, whether if it's in the field of philanthropic work, community, you name it. We're going to talk about it, because it's just catching up. It's really just a catch up convo, kind of like the have you heard kind of conversations, And yes, I somewhat will share my opinion. Somewhat, I said somewhat, right? Somewhat I'll share my opinion on some things, because, well, I'm an opinionated mofo, you know what I mean? So we're going to talk about it here on the Arrington Gavin Show. In addition to watching us on YouTube, you can also watch us on GOATverse TV. That's right, GOATverse TV. You see the logo right there on the top of the screen for those who are watching. GOATverse TV. Ways you can check out past episodes of the Arrington Gavin Show. All you have to do is just download the app, the GOATverse TV app. You on the App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, as well as Amazon Fire TV. Next, you can also check us out you can check us out on the go. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show wherever you get your podcast. We're available on all major podcast platforms. In addition to that, you can also listen to us on the radio airwaves. Shout out to our fam out in New Orleans, WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights at 7 p.m. Central. All right, 7 p.m. Central time. Again, that's on WBOK WBOK Media, because WBOK also has an FM station as well, growing. Okay, growing, my friends. So that's why I'm saying WBOK Media, but you can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights again at 7 p.m. Central Time. Then you can also listen to us in the Houston area, Houston, Texas area, by way of Afro Vibes Radio. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show Mondays at 12 p.m. Central Time. And then we're going to head over to the Metro Atlanta area to WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, that's only on WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. All right, my friends. Well, look, now that we got that going, let's go ahead before we head to a commercial break. I want to share a Black Excellence Report. And this is just simply just reminding of the great folks who came before us, who broke barriers, who maybe a lot of us young folks were unaware of at the time. But that's why it's so important to have those conversations, learn about those that came before us, those that paved the way. And so this is what happens in our Black Excellence Report. We can share wonderful stories of triumphant or triumph. There we go. That's the word I was going. Triumph. Wonderful and success stories that occur in the community. Giving back to the underprivileged, those breaking barriers, as I mentioned earlier. So, on today's Black Excellence Report, we want to shine a light on a man who was a very notable, very influential electronic engineer. That man's name was, as I pull him up for those who are watching us, that man's name was Jerry Lawson, the man who built modern gaming. His game cartridge innovation made PlayStation and Xbox possible. All right. He made gaming. Do you know how much money this gaming industry is? Like, at first it was just simply enjoy. It was you had arcade games. Then you had you were available to play games from your home. Then that moved it on up, and gaming is now, excuse me, a college sport. You can get a college scholarship for being a gamer. There are self-made millionaires off of gaming. Look at how it has expanded. Now, I'm not gonna lie. For me, I mean, I wasn't no pro, but it was therapeutic for me. I only played, like, it was 3 types of games I played: Madden, NBA 2K, and WWE video games. Those were the only 3 that I played. I was not into the playing online with other people. I wasn't into Call of Duty. I wasn't into those really hard, because I wasn't into it like that. I end up I stopped playing games. I would say when I was either a junior or senior in high school, because I was not gonna bring. I just, at the time, I'm like, I'm not gonna bring my game system to college, right? I want to have fun. I want to be in my room playing video games 24/7. Nothing against those of my friends who did, but that just wasn't me. Plus, I didn't want nobody to keep on bringing on my, knocking on my door, be like, "Hey man, you trying to play? You trying to play some 2K? You trying to play?" Because everybody, when you have nice things, people are always going to be around you and not stop, and then you'll lose focus off your studies. So that wasn't me. And plus, I was focused on other stuff. Fast forward to that, I tried to make a comeback into the gaming world, and then I saw how much these games were and how much the game system were, and I said, oh Lord, oh Lord, not for me. A little too rich for my blood. You know what I'm saying? Because we're living in a world now. Video games alone, damn near $80, maybe more. Game systems, $600, $700 for a game system. No, Not for me. Like I said, too rich for my blood. But again, I want to showcase and shine a light on Mr. Gerald Lawson, again, American electronic engineer. He was one of the first African American computer engineers in Silicon Valley. I repeat, he was one of the first African American computer engineers in Silicon Valley. He was known for his work in designing the Fairchild Channel F video game console, leading the team that refined ROM cartridges for durable use as commercial video game cartridges. His innovations in this area led to being considered the father of game cartridges. The father of game cartridges. Again, this was a black man. I just want to let y'all know for my peoples, all right, my brothers and sisters out there, those that came before us, those that came, you could be the next, the next influential for, you might not be the next Gerald Lawson, but you can be the next, Jane Doe. You have such rich history. All right. Our culture, man, our people, we are some bad, we are some bad folks. You know what I mean? We are thriving in sports. We're thriving in music. We're thriving in business. We're thriving in tech. We're thriving in fashion. We're thriving in law. We're thriving in the community, in philanthropic work. We're thriving in so many avenues. Just makes me proud. All right, my friends. Well, look, that's our segment of our Black Excellence Report. But look, let's go ahead. We gotta pay some bills here. We gotta take a little breather. Do not go anywhere. We'll have a lot more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. We are back after these commercial breaks.
Every man has a story to tell. Your ambitions, your achievements, your legacy. Your suit should reflect that story, crafted precisely, designed for impact, and tailored exclusively for you. We work with only the finest fabrics, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends from world-renowned mills in Italy, the UK, and India. These fabrics are the foundation of custom suits that exude elegance and stand the test of time. But a suit isn't just about fabric, it's about fit, and it's about confidence, and it all starts with you. When you work with me, you'll receive a personalized consultation, whether in person or over Zoom. Together, we'll explore your vision and discuss your needs. And we're going to bring your ideas to life. My journey as a designer includes apprenticing under New York-based designer Clayvon Leonard, showcasing collections at New York Fashion Week, Algeria Fashion Week, and the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. That experience is what we bring to every suit we create, from weddings to corporate events and everything in between. We specialize in crafting one-of-a-kind suits for life's most significant moments. Dapper Luke has been recognized as one of Baltimore's best menswear in 2023, and I was honored to be one of the 10 designers selected for the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. With over 900 satisfied clients, we proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore, bringing world-class designs to these incredible communities. We don't just make suits, we craft confidence. Your suit will fit your body, your style, and it will tell your story. Book your free online personal consultation today. Visit www.dapperluke.com.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to
And we still in traffic.
I don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up. Yeah, this that new Goat Verse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of that he said?
Introducing GoatVerse TV.
GoatVerse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In Goats, we trust.
You know, just like a winning team evolves throughout the season, so does your beard. I'm Arrington Gavin, proud CEO of Rugged Evolution Beard Care. With our premium oils, balms, and grooming tools, it's everything you need to level up your beard game. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a rookie, Rugged Evolution is the new smooth. Order now and dominate the beard game like never before. Rugged Evolution Beard Care, because every beard deserves to be legendary.
What is happening? What's happening, ladies and gents? Welcome back. Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. Let's get it going with our first story. Look, in the world of entertainment, I wanted to bring this up because I thought this was a pretty I'm looking forward to this. So I'm gonna tell you something funny. My wife is not the biggest fan of live action. Well, let me rephrase this. She doesn't, original films that were start off as cartoons that are being like brought back as live action films. My wife is not a fan of them. I enjoy a good live action film, right? So, for example, Mulan is one of my wife's favorite films as a kid, right? And we still look, we love to relive our kid moments. We'll still check out Mulan. I don't care. I admit it, I love my cartoons, right? Or just films that I watched when I was a kid. So when Mulan came out, they redid the film as a live action film. My wife wasn't too satisfied, right? Same for oh man, what was the last film we saw not too long ago? Oh Lord, give me what's the Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch live action. And I'll give her some credit on that one. I wasn't crazy about the Lilo and Stitch one either, which I heard. I think that film made a huge success in the box office, so of course they're gonna pursue a sequel to it. But I wasn't crazy about that one. Fast forward, my wife is not crazy about the live action reboot films, but I'm bringing this up because Jim Carrey, the one and the only Jim Carrey, is set to play George Jetson. That's right, the Jetsons. They're making a live action film, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to this. I used to watch the Jetsons when I was younger. Now it was reruns because obviously the Jetsons was, that was out way, way, way before my time, but it continued to play just like Scooby-Doo. I'm a huge Scooby-Doo fan. Okay, I love when they did the live action Scooby-Doo movie. I would love to see them well, it'll be interesting for them to do like a Tom and Jerry live action, or what's some live actions y'all would prefer to see. And I guess the other question is, are you even a fan of the live action films, or do you just like for them to keep it as a cartoon? No need to do no live action, nothing. Just keep it just like that and call it Christmas. But no, let me go back to this. Jim Carrey, who is, in my opinion, the king of live action, reboot live action films, because let's be honest, The Grinch That Stole Christmas, the Jim Carrey version, is the best version ever. All right. Better than a cartoon. If y'all disagree with me, shame on y'all, because y'all don't know good films. Y'all know true. That man played that role. He played the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Killed it. He killed it. Jim Carrey is he's an entertainer. That's his bread and butter. He's a goofball, and that's no disrespect. That's just how talented he is. He can play the goofiest individual, and he can also play the serious of role. Jim Carrey is a multi-threat entertainer. According to Variety here, the live action film, which let's see, this is going to be under Warner Brothers, live action movie is officially moving forward, and Jim Carrey is in talks to play George Jetson. Director Colin Trevorrow, who is from the was the director of Jurassic World, is in talks to direct and is co-writing the script with Joe Epstein, bringing the futuristic cartoon classic into a brand new live action world. Flying cars, robot maids, neon skyline chaos. This could be a huge family sci-fi hit if they stick the landing. No release date yet, but Warner Bros. Is clearly gearing up for a big Jetsons revival. Again, I'm pumped about it. Shit, give me your thoughts. What do you guys think? Do me a favor. You can DM me at the Arrington Gavin Show on Instagram, or you can visit our website, theagshow.com. There's ways you can contact us. Give me your thoughts on this. Are y'all looking forward to or are y'all interested in this? Are you excited about this this news? Do they pick the right guy? Are you a fan of live action? Let me know. Let me know. I truly appreciate it. Let's move it on to another story, my friends. So let's see where we're gonna move on next. What we're gonna move on next. Um hmm. We went from entertainment. Let's go and move in some sports real quick. So nickname, nickname White Chocolate, Jason Williams, former NBA guard Jason Williams, who has now finding new success in the world of podcasting, had recently shared his thoughts on why Klay Thompson's game is not to the best, to the best of his normal ability, because Klay Thompson is a phenomenal basketball player. He's one half of the Splash Brothers, which at that time was during his career at in Golden State, playing for the Warriors. Now he's playing for the Dallas Mavericks. But the season is not starting too sharply. Now let's recap. Klay Thompson has had multiple he's had injuries that have put him down multiple times throughout his career. I would consider him injury prone. He's still very valuable, very valuable, still a very phenomenal player. But he now has he has this new he got new swag. Let's just let cat's out the bag. He has a little more swagger now because he got him a lady by his side, and not just any lady, Megan Thee Stallion. All right, Megan Thee Stallion. There we go, Megan Thee Stallion. Which they make a lovely couple, by the way. They really do. But so former NBA guard Jason Williams stirring the debate after directly suggesting Megan Thee Stallion may be playing the role in Klay Thompson's slow start to the NBA season. On a recent podcast called Hoopin' and Hollerin', Williams told co-host Patrick Beverly, another former NBA star, that Thompson's relationship might be affecting his focus. Now I'm gonna quote this here. It says, "I'm from West Virginia, man. I've been taught a lot by some old folks, some old white folks. If it only takes one. Let's see. How can I rephrase this? Because I can't say this on air. um, basically, what he's saying is, in his eyes, he's saying a woman can prevent you or be a distraction, can distract you from a certain level you're at. So you could be up here, right? You could be up top, but a woman could bring you down, and it can start affecting your game, and it can start basically being a distraction. Okay, and so it says here, Thompson currently shooting career low is around 31.4% from the field and 26.7% from the 3-point range. Again, not the best, not the norm for him. 35 years old, by the way, in his 13th season, is averaging a career low of around 8.6 shots per game. Now, let's see here. My thoughts on Jason Williams' comments. I don't think for one, hey, at the end of the day, he has a podcast. Viral moments is what helps promote the show. That's what helps keep folks watching. Oh, what's going to be the next thing he's going to say, this and any other. But he's not all the way wrong, right? There's times that not just Megan Thee Stallion being a distraction, because I think let me rephrase from that. I don't think she is being a distraction to Klay Thompson. I think the the whole, now he's now entering a new career, a new celebrity status. I remember when my wife and I, we had the opportunity to we attended a Wizards game when they played the Mavericks. Had courtside seats, beautiful. It was right by the the visitors bench, and you had Klay Thompson, you had Kyrie Irving, you had Luka at the time. He was still with Dallas. You had a lot of cats that was still on, that was on that squad. Klay Thompson is a very quiet, individual. He is not like I wouldn't compare him like Steph Curry. I think Steph Curry has a little more personality than Klay. Klay's a little more, to himself. Now, when you're dating a global music superstar, especially Megan Thee Stallion, who loves the attention, that can be tough. That could be a lot. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not like, for example, I'm not saying Sierra and her career is what's hurting Russell Wilson's career right now. Which, I mean, if y'all have seen the way Russell's been playing, but this is my honest opinion, because Russell was at he in my opinion, he was at the time one of my top 5 favorite QBs to watch. He was athletic, he had an arm, he came from a championship winning a team, and certain progress, and it wasn't too much, it wasn't like a injury though per se. It was just like he and it could be team hopping, but I don't know. I just personally feel as though players, professional athletes, world-class athletes, they are taught or trained or groomed how to maneuver being a professional athlete. I don't think they're prepared to be included with, now I'm dating another celebrity. The cameras that's going to be on us is doubling. All eyes are on us. That's doubling. Social media, there is no privacy. Like, that's could be a huge distraction, especially during, when you're looked as one of the team leaders, right? So, all that, I would say Jason Williams might have some truth, but I wouldn't fully blame it on Megan as an individual. I think it's more on her. I think it's just the reputation of dating another celebrity. It comes with the job. I think the whole stigma of dating a music superstar, right? I think that's all that is, that Klay needs to adjust in order to improve, right? In order to try, and he has to manage and let it not be a distraction, so he can improve his game, his game status, because those stats numbers, those are not looking too sharp. Let me go ahead and move it on to our next story here. So, my guy Pharrell Williams. Now, I'm not going to be too harsh on Pharrell, but Pharrell Williams is really, he is a global superstar. And the reason why I say I'm not going to go too hard on Pharrell, because I'm a bit biased. Pharrell's a hometown guy. He comes out of the Hampton Roads area, originally from Virginia. He created one of the most memorable music festivals, in my opinion, in Hampton Roads, Virginia. Something in the Water. In addition to that, he put his hometown on Netflix with a music show, a music competition show called Voices of Fire. I mean, Pharrell, in my opinion, has done a lot for his community and has given a lot of his time, money, resources to the community. When I came across this video and I was hearing what Pharrell was saying, I was like, I hear you, brother, and I know where where you're coming from, but you have to understand, for one, hit your position, and two, the current situation. And I think that's why he's been facing a lot of backlash. But let me go ahead and play this clip. Pharrell was recently in, I believe he was in Miami. Was he in Miami? Could be. Let's see here. Let's see. Yes, he was in Miami. He was presented the key to the 305 during the 5th annual Black Ambition Demo Day at Sacred Space Miami by Mayor Daniela Levin Cava. Let me go ahead and play this clip and then we'll talk on the other side, my friends.
Like despise them. It's a magic trick it's not real. I don't believe in either side, because I think when you pick a side, you are only, you are inadvertently supporting division. Yeah, it's not a popular point of view, but I just gotta say, like, think about it. The wells are drying up, and then, okay, now the diversity is off the table, now equity is off the table, now inclusion is off the table. So that makes me ask myself, okay, so how do we survive? Well, are there Black people here that tonight? And in your heart, do you think what it is that you do and who you are, do you think you're the best? Okay, so do you want the job because you're Black or because you're the best? Do you want someone to support your startup because you're Black or because you're the best? Right, so I think now for me, it's about us having the best ambition, the ambition of the best. That's the reason why you should support these businesses. Yes, they happen to be Black and brown, but it should be based on the thesis that we're the best, not because we are a total shade of the skin color. Like despise them is.
So you heard him. He shared his thoughts on hey, he was speaking to a room of Black business owners and entrepreneurs, and he was sharing that, hey, look, you should not support this business because of the the fact they're a Black business, right? You should support because in your eyes they're the best. You shouldn't. He then went on to share, you should not want to receive a position because I'm Black and I deserve this position. No, because in your mind, you're the best. I hear you, boss. I hear you. Now, going back to the division piece, right? Going back to both sides, not being a fan of politics. Y'all know how I feel. You right? I'm an independent. I'm not a fan of either party, but I do understand that at the finish line, there is a side that you choose. There is a side that you choose as an independent. All independents, we know this, right? We know there's sides we have to choose. And I think that, how can I say? I think what Pharrell is saying it has good intentions, but also he shouldn't have y'all food. Trust me, he's a voter. He chooses a side. He just says he dislikes politics. He dislikes the whole just how the system works. But at the end of the day, trust and believe he's going to cast his vote for somebody. Trust and believe he is aware on who he is voting for and why he's voting for. Let me read you this. Let's see here. I want to read you a little bit of this from the Griot. Let's see where I'm trying to look to see where I would love to start at with you. So Black Ambition is a nonprofit that Williams started, that launched in 2020 to support Black, Latinx, Hispanic, and underrepresented founders with funding, mentorship, and opportunities. Has quickly become one of the country's most visible platforms for emerging entrepreneurs. Now, again, Pharrell knows exactly what he's doing. In my opinion, Pharrell is helping the case. We talk about it all the time. The economics, the black dollar, right? The providing us with, educating us when it comes to financial literacy, providing opportunities for black businesses, right? We always ask for that opportunity. So now you're criticizing one of the guys that's been front and center of providing those opportunities. I'm a little lost. Maybe I'm missing something here, but let's see here. Yes, it says here he shared his dislikes of politics, calling it a magic trick that isn't real. He said, I don't believe in either side, because if you're on either side, you're supporting division. Now, here's when I disagree with Pharrell. So, everybody has here's always the one side, in my opinion. There's good and bad, right? There's right or wrong, good or evil. You choosing a side does not make you support division. You supporting the wrong, how can I put this? There's folks that have intention, say, hey, I vote Republican because Republicans always going to be good in my pocket. If you always think of that money, and not think of the overall, right? Not think of humanity, in my opinion, that's not helping the case of ending division, because you're looking out for one community. You're not looking for the majority, right? The way I vote on what can improve the majority, right? What can improve the majority, and what can add fairness, equality. Yes, I'm passionate about looking out for the underprivileged. Sorry, I'm a sucker for that. Why? Because I was raised a very privileged kid. My folks installed on me is be a blessing to others the way the Lord blessed you growing up, and blesses me now. It should not always be about I, me, right? He then went on to say, we can't just be the inspiration for American capitalism. We need to start capitalizing on that. A lot of folks are not in agreement with Pharrell on his stance that if you support either side, you're supporting division. Again, I'm saying this as an independent. I don't agree per se with that comment. Now, Charles Blow is a columnist, author, journalist, sharp brother. I mean, look, I'm reading some comments here. It says, great producer, horrible advisor. Some folks are saying he should have just said, if I pick, I said I'm losing a bag. Okay, interesting. One more comment I'm gonna read before I share you the quick soundbite from Charles Blow's social media. One gentleman said, okay, by his logic, if I pick Dior instead of Louis Vuitton, I am keeping the world from being united. Interesting. Maybe I mean, look, the division piece, yes, is one thing. I think I agree with them on the part of motivating black businesses and entrepreneurs, the whole 9 yards. But I don't know. I don't maybe I'm missing something here, but let me go ahead and share you this quick soundbite.
This is a truly horrible take. Pharrell Williams recently said that I hate politics. When you pick a side, you are inadvertently supporting division. The exact opposite is true. In a time of cruelty, if you don't pick a side, you are overtly supporting oppression. This is a
Charles Blow don't play, by the way. Charles Blow does not play. Okay. He said if you don't pick a side, you're overtly choosing oppression. I mean, yeah. It's kind of right there. Pharrell. You have to understand in this, especially in this current times right now. Like we literally just we just saw a ending of a record government shutdown, right? We see a lot of stuff. We see folks possibly losing their health care. We see SNAP benefits being cut. We see education being cut. I mean, we're seeing a lot of stuff happening in front of our eyes, and it's just it's unfortunate. It's extremely unfortunate. My friends, look, don't go anywhere. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have some more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Don't go anywhere.
Jetsons Learning Institute, LLC, is a hybrid learning center that strives to educate adults and children in all fields. During the day, we offer programs that are focused on developing students from pre-K to 12th grade, which includes tutoring, homeschool co-op, an after-school program, SAT, ACT prep, and many more engaging academic programs. Our adult education programs include workforce trainings, GED prep, life coaching, various seminars, and many more. Our vision is to train and educate in a positive way that will lead to a positive change in the world, one person at a time. For more information, visit us online at JetsonsLearningInstitute.com or call us at 757-208-7407.
Order your beard care products with Rugged Evolution. We're your local beard care line that supports the maintenance of your full, mature beard. Our line includes conditioning shampoos, moisturizers, balms, oils, shaving lotions, and exfoliating soaps. These products moisturize, hydrate, nourish, and have all the natural ingredients for a healty beard. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. And remember,
Rugged is the new smooth.
Let me tell you something most people get wrong about suits. Let me tell you something most people get wrong about suits. A suit isn't just about you wearing it. It's how you show the world who you are. It's your handshake before you say a word, your presence when you step into any room. That's why we design statements at Dapper Luke. We don't just make suits. We'll start with the fabrics that tell your story. Luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blend sourced from the finest mills in Italy, the UK, and India. Then we'll combine that with your vision, your personality, and your style. Every detail is tailored to you, from the fit to the finish. Whether for your wedding, a gala, the boardroom, we specialize in creating custom suits that are unique, just like the men who wear them. We spent years perfecting this craft, apprenticing under designers in New York and showcasing collections in New York and for Baltimore Fashion Week. None of that matters as much as seeing the look on your face when you try on your custom suit. Over 900 clients have already trusted us to deliver the best custom suits. They trust me to deliver the confidence. We proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore and would be honored to bring your vision to life next. Let's create something unforgettable. Book your free consultation today at www.dapperluke.com.
Our risk from injury from a fall or car crash increases as we age. But getting older doesn't have to mean giving up on the activities you love. Take simple steps to avoid injuries, like doing activities that improve strength and balance. Get yearly eye and wellness exams, and talk to your doctor or pharmacist about the medicines you take. Also, tell your doctor if you've fallen or worry about falling. Learn more about aging without injury at cdc.gov/stillgoingstrong.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. Look, next up, I want to talk about y'all boy, Stephen A. Stephen A. You know, Stephen A. is one of the most talked about guys now in the world of politics. He has been the most talked about individual in the world of sports through his successful, through its huge success through from First Take. And he's just, again, when it comes to journalists, critics, however you take him, he is one of the greats in the world of sports. Now he's continued to build up a career in the world of politics. On his show, Straight Shooter with Stephen A. Smith, his weekly political show on Sirius XM, he recently had to say he wanted to he shared his thoughts on this whole Epstein controversy, Jeffrey Epstein controversy happening in Washington, where you see a lot of victims wanting to speak out. You see the Democrats wanting to push to to show the list, show the files, and so much more with this horrific case that occurred. But listen to Stephen A. Listen what he had to say, or his take just on this whole situation here.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind that the Epstein files were in existence and free to have been opened during the Biden administration. You were there for 4 years. How come you didn't open it as a Democratic Party then? What am I missing? I'm not saying I know. It's a legitimate question. Maybe I don't remember the answer. Maybe my extraordinary producers should be able to help me during the commercial break. But from my understanding, the same files that were open or being open now with the 220 pages of documents or whatever it is, with various emails, that could have been done when Biden was in office. Well, why didn't you do it? If it's so important now. What were the Democrats doing at that particular moment in time? See, this is the kind of stuff that smells.
So I'm a huge fan of Stephen A. I will say I'm a huge fan of Stephen A. Smith. I tune into his programs as much as I can. Like I said, I am a fan. But there's moments where I also disagree with him. Here's why I want to correct him. So he's saying it was so easily to share or expose the list and expose the files under the Biden administration. So I would say this: from 2021 to from 2021 to 2023, Democrats did have full control, right? They had full control of the House. The Senate was split 50-50. Okay, so neither Democrats or Republicans had the majority, but you also had the Vice President Kamala Harris that cast tie-breaking votes. Okay, now in the first 2 years, what they're saying is Biden had the majority of the House and the Senate. Now, in the final 2 years, he did not. It was a split Congress. You had the Republicans had the House, right? The Republicans won the majority of the House. Democrats held a narrow majority of 51 to 49. But again, stuff has to get voted on both levels, House and Senate. And so when you have a divided government, right? GOP has the House, Democrats have the Senate. That can make it a little difficult trying to expose the list, especially when Trump had so many at that time die-hard supporters like a Marjorie Taylor Greene, which is now on his pay me no mind list, right? You had the House Speaker, Mike Johnson. You didn't have as many Republican vocal folks now than you did, or then like you do now. So for that, I would say it wasn't easy. I don't think it was not easy. Now it's still not. It's 20 times harder because you have Republicans have the they have the House, Senate, they have the White House, they even have the Supreme Court, in my opinion. So for Stephen A to ask this question again, it is still a question, but in my mind, I think it's like a gaslighting question, right? It's a trolling question. To blast Democrats for releasing the Jeffrey Epstein's file now than could have done 4 years ago when Biden was president. It's interesting in my opinion. It's interesting. It's an interesting take in my opinion. And here's the full rant. I'm gonna read. This is reported by Mediaite.com. It says here, ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind that Epstein files were existence and free to have been opened during the Biden administration. That's why I don't believe it was free to be exposed during the Biden administration. In my opinion, I don't think. Nor I just shared you the split government in the final 2 years. Now maybe the first 2 years, yes. The first 2 years, yes. But hey, neither of us knows how it is to be in leadership or work in Washington. Let's just remember that. Let me continue. Because Stephen A said you had 4 years. Yeah, you had 4 years to fight for it. But again, those final 2 years, it was a split government. You gotta get it passed through the House and Senate. Says how come you didn't open it as a Democratic Party then? What am I missing? I'm not saying I know. It's a legitimate question. Maybe I don't remember the answer. Maybe my extraordinary producer should be able to help me during the commercial break. But from my understanding, the same files that were open on or being open now with the 220 pages of documents or whatever it is with various emails that could have been done when Biden was in office. Well, why didn't you do it if it's so important now? What were the Democrats doing at a particular moment in time? See, this is the kind of stuff that smells, because my attitude is just deducing how much they despise Trump is if there was some real bona fide third dirt on him, since you went after him with 34 felony convictions, which essentially was deduced to him paying hush money to Stormy Daniels, a porn star, so she wouldn't reveal their happenings with one another leading up to the elections in 2016. Looking at my time here. Let's see. If you had something like that, you were willing to parade him through the streets with, of course. If you had something on him about Epstein, you would have let it go earlier to make sure he didn't become the 47th president. That's just my thinking from a logical perspective. But what do I know? Either way, you sliced it. When the kind of stuff is going on, all it does is foster the continued divide that is inevitable going to exist. One side hates each other so much that neither side is willing to negotiate at work with one another, despite so I'm not going to read the remainder of it, but again, I'm trying to figure out where is Stephen A like coming with this? Like, what is the overall, like, you're trying to share with the listeners? Are you sharing that like, what smells, I guess, is the question. What smells when he says, see, something smell like, I just don't get it. Like, is he insinuating that this is this almost like a hoax? Not a hoax, but I don't know. It's just what is Stephen A trying to insinuate here? What is he trying to incite here? What is he trying to share with his listeners? That's my question. Like, Stephen A, you say all this stuff, but where is this coming from? Are you saying to ignore the Epstein files because they had their chance during the Biden administration, which they didn't the final 2 years. The first 2 years, yes, because they had the majority of the first 2 years. But and they barely had a majority. Again, if you have the full majority, then it's an easier process, right? Because it's a voting scale. But the fact that they don't have it now, but there's starting to be more folks on the right that is vocal about this. Okay. See, the MAGA movement, man, is just struggling. You have a huge divide amongst, far right or MAGA voices and people in the conservative side. Like, I mean, Ben Shapiro can't stand Nick Fuentes. In addition to that, they can't stand Tucker Carlson. And eventually Megyn Kelly gonna start losing some friends from her right, from her conservative right and MAGA folks. Because it's weird. It's everybody's trying to fight for being the favorite child. Everybody's fighting to be the favorite child. See, at the time, Charlie Kirk, the late Charlie Kirk, was that favorite child. Now folks are trying to take his place, and it's not working. Because Trump don't like neither of them. Trump don't like Candace. Trump can't stand Candace. All right. He's just now starting to, to like Megyn Kelly again, because at first they weren't on good terms either. Like, it's very interesting. It's very interesting how this whole thing is going. Personally, I don't know what's going to happen with this, with the Epstein list and files, and I don't know what Congress and Senate is going to do. But we will continue to follow you up with that. Just follow us on our social medias, because we get to share stuff in real time on our platforms, because stuff happens every single minute. You hear me? Every single second stuff is happening. I did not have the time to discuss about the holiday spending this year. We'll try and speak about that on the next show, if we have some time. But again, Stephen A, he does moments, in my opinion, that is how do I put it? It's a performance, right? There's some moments I don't feel as though like it's very accurate. I think it's just, hey, I have a show. I want folks to continue to tune in. I might, you might like me one day. I might piss you off one the other day. I get it, right? I get it. When it comes to talk radio, when it comes to opinionated media, that's where I'm in, right? I share an opinion. I don't share stuff that's like, facts are accurate. I share my opinion. But it's just, all I can say is just it's interesting, y'all. That's all I can say. It's interesting. As always, my friends, look, continue to tune to the Arrington Gavin Show. Weeknights available on all digital and streaming platforms. Stay safe out there. Stay informed. And continue to support the show. I'm out. Peace and blessings.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.